There's a lot of conversation out here about leaving the United States of America. You kind of getting that, Molly girl, you in trouble vibe is going on. You need to get out now. And I understand why that message is landing, especially in this time frame. This is March 2026 when I am launching this channel, KD Unmapped. And if you're watching this in that time frame or you're watching it after, you understand why I said I understand why it lands. Some people are motivated by urgency. That's what makes them move. They do not make a move until urgency, until the things are urgent. Or some people are only motivated by fear. It's like, packing my bags, I'm out of here because it's going crazy in this world, right? So I understand why that message lands. But this, the message that I have for you, the content that I want to share with you is not that. I'm Kim Drayton, and welcome to KD Unmapped. And when I say this is not that, what I'm saying is that this is not a panic channel. It's about possibilities. It's about curiosity. It's about wondering and thinking, what could life be like beyond the map? It's about embracing what you may never have thought was possible. So, who am I? I'm a 62-year-old African American woman that is a soul traveler. I have not resided in the United States permanently for 2 years. For 2 years now. I've traveled everywhere, but for the past 2 years, I've been out of the United States. I've been in Colombia, not Columbia, South Carolina, Colombia, South America for 1 year and 3 months. I have a visa to be here. I'll talk about that in another video. I was transitioning out here in the world way before all this chaos ensued. Okay, way before all of that happened. And the reason being is that because women 55 plus and wiser, that's how I refer to us, we are headed towards retirement if we're not retired already. We're empty nesters or getting ready to be empty nesters if we're not empty nesters already. And our lives have transitioned. What defined us before no longer defines us. And a lot of us begin to ask, what now? And some of that what now for me was what now beyond the map. Now I can travel. Now I could go. Now I can see the world. And the more I travel, the more curiosity rose up in me. So my transition began before the mass exodus out of the United States, or at least the push for the mass exodus, because a lot of people have been leaving for a long time. I'm not here to tell you that you need to leave and this is what you need to do. I'm just here to share perspective, my perspective. And it's only my perspective. As that 62-year-old African American woman, I don't have a perspective other than that. So what works for me may or may not work for you. So the next question you may be wondering is, well, why the channel? Well, because of my travels until 2021, I did not even share my travels on Facebook. And after the pandemic, I was led to share for inspirational purposes on Facebook, which was primarily my own community, my travels. And what I found is that people were inspired by my travels, inspired by my stories, because I'm always telling stories and cultural nuances and everything else. And I found that people were inspired. So that's why I was led to do it. So that worked. And then people started saying, well, you need to do a YouTube channel. So friends, family, and strangers started saying, you need to do a YouTube channel. And I put my hands on my hips, not my imagination. And I was like, no, I don't. I was like, no, I don't. And then I started saying, okay, one day I'll do it. And the reason that I did not want to do a YouTube channel was because, like I said, I'm a soul traveler. I'm on a journey. I'm out here for an experience. I'm out here doing something that I can't say I never imagined it. I probably imagined it at 21. But to get to this point in life, I just wanted to embrace the journey. So it was a process of becoming for me. When we talk about becoming, it was a process of becoming for me. And I was like, I don't want it interrupted, or I don't want to detract from this experience. So when I thought about YouTube, and bless you YouTube people, because y'all put in the work, y'all put it in, y'all put it in. And especially a couple of years ago, everything was high video. And yes, I have a whole lot of video and beautiful pictures of beautiful, unimaginably beautiful places that I've been. But I didn't want to sit down and edit all of that and do all of that. That just didn't seem in alignment with where I am and where I was going. So I kept saying, okay, I'll get around to it. I'll get around to it, because people were asking for it. So then the next question may be, well, why now? What made you finally jump in? So the reason I jumped in right now was because of that urgency and panic messaging that you're getting. Because here's the reality, that kind of messaging, if you're not that woman that can just pack up and leave, you may feel a certain kind of way, like, oh, I'm left behind. I'm too late. I did something wrong because I'm not prepared to do that. And look at all these women out here, all these Black women that just said left, and I'm the only one. And woe is it? You start feeling like that. And messaging like that can make you feel like that, because here's what's not being taken into context. The women that you're watching, the people that you're watching, men and women that are leaving or have left the country, these are people who have already done it. And I know it can make it seem like it is easy to do, and this was an easy transition, and life is so wonderful, and all of that. But you're only watching the people that have done it, not the thousands and millions of people that have not done it. So no, you're not behind. You're right on time. And if you decide, like in the process of even sharing my journey with me or with other people, that, hey, yeah, I do want to transition, yes, then by all means. But don't feel like I have to jump on this bandwagon because I'm the only one left behind. Don't believe that hype. You're not the only one left behind. Like I said, do you need to leave the United States? Maybe. Yeah, maybe you do. Okay. And I'll talk about some reasons why you may want to leave the United States. And then you may say, well, I have this, that, and the other going on. We'll talk about that too, what some of this, that, and the other is. But that's why I decided to jump in right now, because it's in I didn't want anybody to feel that they could not do it. I want you to see possibilities based on perspective, just based on my perspective. And my perspective may resonate with you. My perspective may not resonate with you. Somebody else's perspective that's speaking more in terms of more urgency or fear or anything or panic may resonate with you. We're all different, and it's all okay. That's why there's so many voices out here, because there's something for everyone. So if you found your home here with me and you want to hear more of what I have to say, please like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I almost forgot to say that, but like and subscribe. So with all of that said, I'm going to sign off the way you will always hear me sign off. By the way, I will be out here weekly, only weekly. Remember, I'm not trying to take away from the experience of my personal becoming, but I'm willing to come out here once a week so that I can share that becoming with you, and maybe you'll be inspired by it. But I'm going to sign off the way that I will always sign off, and encourage you to remember that it's not about movement. It's about meaning, and to stay open. Until next week.